Hi everyone, so today we're talking nude lipsticks. Now nude lipstick is something that I have always really struggled with in terms of finding one that is flattering for my skin tone, and I definitely think there is a lot of trial and error when it comes to finding the right shade nude for you, because it is a pretty tricky colour to pull off. If you get it wrong, it looks very, very wrong. It can make you look like you're a corpse really if you're wearing the wrong shade of nude, and if it's too warm it can look a bit orangey, and there's so many kind of different tones within nude shades as well. So I'm going to just pre-warn you in this video that if you are someone who likes very, very pale nudes, the nudes that kind of have almost like a whitish chalky undertone to them, so colours like Max Creme de Nude, or if you've been on YouTube for a while and you remember Gosh Darling, those types of colours. I'm not going to mention those types of nudes in this video because I don't think that they're very flattering for my skin tone. So I thought this video would be helpful if you have got a similar-ish skin tone to me. These are the types of nudes that will be flattering to you. If you're a lot fairer, some of these might not even be a nude shade for you. So you do have to be very careful when working with nude colours. One thing that I want to mention first as well is I absolutely think that wearing a lip liner is essential when you're wearing a nude lip, because otherwise, because the colour is a little bit paler, you end up with almost like a washed out kind of effect on your mouth area, which isn't the most flattering. And I think it can also because of that you lack definition in that area, so it's very, very important to kind of get that definition with a lip liner first and then put your nude lip on. In my opinion, that's the most flattering way of doing it. So I'm going to show you two nude lip liners that I think work with pretty much every nude lip liner, if again you have kind of similar colouring to me, it's kind of medium skin colouring. Or the other thing that I wanted to mention as well is a lot of it depends on the pigment of your actual lips. So I've got fairly pigmented lips. They're kind of a little bit browny, kind of peachy colour. They're not a kind of very, very pale lip, which can carry off more colour, I always think. So you have to kind of work along with that as well. So I'm going to show you the two that I tend to use the most. The one that I always talk about, and if you've watched me for a while you will have heard me mention this so many times, is this one by No. 7, and it's just the No. 7 lip liner in Nude. So just a very pretty rosy toned nude, and I generally find that if something's kind of a browny rose tone, that tends to suit me a little bit more. I've swatched it right there for you. You can see it's just a kind of browny nude colour. Then the other one, which is what I've got on today, is Stripdown by MAC, which looks like this. Again, very, very similar colouring. A little bit more, kind of a little bit peachier. My light is just driving me mental. A little bit peachier than the No. 7 one, but still very, very kind of a little bit browny in tone, but a warm brown. I don't see those kind of really cool tone browns. I tend to prefer warmer tone nudes on me. So going in with lip liner is key. Another tip I find when getting nude lips to work well for you is I do think you do have to kind of have a little bit more makeup on. Doing the kind of barely there look and nude lips can kind of make your face look a little bit like it's got no definition. So putting some bronzer on, I've got the Body Shop Honey bronzer on today, putting some bronzer on, putting some blusher on. I am wearing MAC's something, I want to say it's called something special. I can't remember. I'll put it in the down bar. And a little bit of contour, and make sure you've got a little bit of eye makeup on. Really helps the overall effect, I think, and kind of makes everything look a little bit more defined and put together. So now for lip choices. The one that I've got on today, I actually mentioned in my favourites video, and I've got MAC Stripdown lip liner lined and then all over my lips, and then I've gone on top of it with the L'Oreal JLo's Nude lipstick. Now if I wore this on its own, you can see it's not the warmest shade. It's kind of got a bit of a pinky undertone. It doesn't suit me as much, so I need a little bit of something underneath it, and this combo together I love, and I think it's really, really flattering and really, really pretty. So definitely like that together, but on its own, on me, I felt it was a little bit too pale and it made me look a bit dead. Speaking of ones that kind of are colours I have to sort of work with, and it does depend as well. I always think if I'm very, very tanned, I can get away with a slightly kind of nude, if that makes sense. So somebody like Kim Kardashian, who's very, very tanned, and somebody like J-Lo as well, who wear that very, very nude lip, it works because of the tones in their skin. It kind of very much is a look, and I think looks really, really pretty. So if I'm very tanned, I can kind of get away with these types of colours. This one is Clinique's Nude Pop, which is a kind of peachier, pinkier colour. Very, very pretty, but definitely one that is harder to work with in terms of colour. And then this one by Clarins, which is, what are these called? They're like sort of balmy things. Lip Balm Perfector in Rosewood. This is a little bit browner than some of the others that I've showed you. So you can see they're a little bit rosier, a little bit browner, but the colour's a little bit flat on me, and I find I very kind of much needs to have some blush and some highlighter to bring some light to my face with this. So they're colours that you need to work with a little bit more. Then what are the ones I have got here? This one is an interesting one because this is very much more of a pinky toned nude, which don't usually suit me as much, but definitely one that I think if you've got a slightly cooler skin tone, these types of colours tend to look very pretty. And it's Tea Rose from Clarins. So again, you can see much cooler toned, much pinker, but very, very pretty, and very, these are kind of quite glossy and quite sheer, so they're very easy to wear. And I've got another one from Clarins here. This isn't intentional, it's just kind of how it's panned out. This is Tender Nude, and this is a shade that suits me a lot more because you can see a lot warmer, a lot peachier, but on me it comes across as a slightly more nude lipstick. Like I don't look like I'm wearing a colour. It kind of works with your kind of, I think it's a combination as well of your hair colour, your skin colour, and everything working kind of in harmony together. Then the next few ones I've got are slightly kind of more darker nudes, which is very much a trend now. You know, it's the whole kind of like Kylie Jenner 90s lip, whatever you want to call it. This one here, a lot of people have been referring to as nudes, and I can see why, but I also can see how you might not think it's a nude. And it's the MAC Liptensity lipstick in Smoked Almond, which looks like this. Again, very, it's darker, but it's kind of a nice tone. It's so pigmented. I love the texture of these. You can see there, it's more of just a dark browny nude. Very, very pretty, and again, something that on me, I feel like because it's got a little bit more colour to it, I can wear it without much else in terms of makeup, so I don't have to kind of work at it as much. It's got a little, it packs a little bit more punch for a nude, which I like. So really, really like that one. And then these two here are along that kind of line. This is Clinique's Chubby Stick Intense from the Crayola range, and it's called Fuzzy Wuzzy. Love that name, I think it's the cutest thing ever. And it just looks like this. It's much peachier, sheerer, but again, similar tone, not as nude as some of the other ones, but very, very pretty. And one that you can kind of wear if you're doing like that weekend no makeup type of thing, and you just shove this on. It looks very, very pretty. I really like that one. And then this one is the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Super Cindy, which is a lovely, lovely colour. It's very, very peachy, a little bit more warm toned again. Tends to be what I prefer, but it's kind of like a warm peachy dirty rose colour. And all of these swatched here, none of them are the same, they all look kind of very different, but again, very much a nude. It looks great with a smoky eye, this type of colour as well. If you have got dark hair, sometimes I feel like you can't have too nude a lip if you've got a smoky eye, because it ends up just being all the focal points here, and it makes kind of the proportions of everything look a bit weird. And then in terms of, like I said, slightly more cooler toned lipsticks, I have got this one here from Essence, which I do wear sometimes, but I just don't think it's the most flattering on me. And if something has a little bit more of a kind of browny tone to it, on me, I feel like it doesn't make my complexion look very healthy, and it makes my teeth look not as white. So I'm not as keen on those. But I'll swatch this here for you. It's that colour. right there, a little bit more cool toned, kind of almost a little bit grayer. But if you are somebody who's got a cooler skin tone, if you're blonde for example, I think this colour would look amazing on you. It's a really, really lovely colour. So that is everything. Those are my kind of hits and misses, I don't know, most recommended nude lipsticks, because I do find it very difficult to wear nude lipsticks and kind of there's a bit of preparation involved. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what your recommendations for nude lipsticks are down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.